Are we good? Are we good now? Are we good now? Sorry about that. We just had a bit of a sound issue here. I'll speak to the technical team, aka myself. Okay, let's start over. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I am your host, and this, of course, is a double header of a Wednesday show where we've got a watch along of Chiefs and Pirates. Now, normally we watch Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, bafana and banyana. We will be here watching them live when they do play, and then, of course, we have the normal show every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Now, today, we've got Chiefs versus Siwelele, and then, of course, Pirates versus Polokwane City. Those are the two matches that we are watching tonight. The teams sit as follows. Orlando Pirates, number 3 on the log. They've played 7 games. They've won 5. They've drawn 0. And they've lost 2 games. They've scored 9 goals. They've conceded 3 for a grand total of 15 points. Then in terms of their record, in the last 5 games, they have 4 wins and a loss. The last loss coming versus St. Eloi Lupopo. St. Eloi Lupopo, Eloi Lama Sabakatini. Why have the football gods forsaken us now? Orlando Pirates looking to right the wrong that happened over the weekend from their 3-0 loss. Polokwane City sits number 6. They've played 10 games, 4 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws. And they've scored 10 goals. They've conceded 8 for a grand total of 15 points. What's interesting is that young Apolis goes back to the team where he comes from to go visit. In the last 5 games, Polokwane City has no wins. There's been 1 draw. And Pirates has won 4 of the games. Last game out was on the 2nd of August where they beat Polokwane City 2-0. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, then take on Siwelele Samasokolara on the other side. Siwelele Samasele. Number 4 is Kaizer Chiefs. 8 games played, 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. They've scored 8 goals. They've conceded 5 for a grand total of 15 points. Then, of course, Siwelele have been struggling a little bit. Masokolara. 9 games played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 6 losses. They've scored 4. They've conceded 10 for a grand total of 7 points. Their record is 4 losses from their last 5 games. Last game out was a loss to Pirates. And then, of course, before that, they beat Gallants 1-0. Kaizer Chiefs, on the other hand, has 3 draws, 1 loss and 1. Oh, guys, what is happening? Why do I keep getting blocked? What's going on? Okay, Pirates has scored, actually. Pirates has scored on the other side while I'm busy getting blocked. What's going on? Evan. Anyway, I'm getting blocked by TikTok for some reason. But Orlando Pirates has taken the lead through a goal coming from an Apolis cross that was finished by Muremi after a goalkeeper got his hands on it just there. You can hear me, but I'm frozen. Let me just check something. Oh, I'm so sorry about this, guys. Let's try the other cable. Maybe it'll be a bit better. Oh. Hey, I hope I wanna eat it. Okay, 7 minutes in, 0-0 on the Chiefs side. Pirates have scored 1 coming from Umuremi, number 11. Let me just fix the score. Am I back? Am I good? Okay, thank you guys for the heads up. You guys are my eyes and ears when it comes to all of this. I just want to update the score so that we know what we are seeing over here. Okay, Orlando Pirates 1-0 up. It looks like they are practicing to score goals. Am I frozen again? What the hell is happening? Am I frozen on YouTube too? Okay, let me do this. Oh, I'm good now. Am I back? What is happening with my technology these days? Anyway, starting lineups for Kaizer Chiefs: Peterson and Go McCarthy, Miguel Quinica, Froslam Tetwa, as well as Cele Shabalala, Vilakazi, Igotaro, and Duba. Orlando Pirates goes back to having chained Siema Mbogazi with Ndaba and Siwelele. Duli Nemtanjela, Masongani Muremi Apolis, and Mahopa as the starting lineup. So seeing Vilakazi get his first start in a Chiefs jersey, as well his first start this season. And then, of course, we're seeing Igotaro. One thing that can help Chiefs here is that Polokwane City is the worst traveling team in the league right now. The only team to not have a win away this season. The only team to not have a win away this season. Vilakazi is going to be doing those long passes. Shoot, Mtu! Hey! Umtu takes so long to shoot, man. Can I send a shout out to Utito, who was Umtu ujampela bani? Do these guys not speak? It is due for an upgrade, Shem. It is due for an upgrade, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully some money can come through. Chiefs on the attack. Cele on the wing. Crosses it back into the far post. Vilakazi can't guide it in. Here comes Siwelele on the counter attack, but Mtetwa does well. Mtetwa's been looking good as a 6 now. He's been looking good as a destroying 6, eh? 9 minutes into the game. Kaizer Chiefs 0-0 versus Siwelele, whereas Pirates has taken the lead in their game. Chiefs gonna win this game, says Hololoshe. Oh, guys, my account is there. Yeah, Fistos. Fistos. Who do you know me as? It changes every 3 minutes. We go back and forth. They're showing all scores. Oh, Fistos. Uyenza ngathi umusha lana. Sibukele wonke ama-match, eh? Sibukele wonke ama-match. Na enye match lana. Eh? No, a Chiefs fan does not shout out a Pirates or Sundowns. I'm not a Chiefs fan, Bongs. One day, Liriki media, the other days, Liriki journalist, the other days, Liwatakibe fan. I'm just the guy who likes football on TikTok. Yeah? Look, I'm even wearing a Hebe Isutu shirt, so please, Usutu shirt, please. I'm actually going to do that because I need one ear in just to make sure I'm not missing anything from the other side. Test score 3+ goals. Yeah, 205 Pirates, 202 Chiefs. No, I'm not denouncing anything. I'm not denouncing anything. I'm not denouncing. Barikasi Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move. I am a fan of South African football. Okay, here comes Siwelele on the other side still. Oh, what a cutback. What a cut. Yo, that defense, guys. What's wrong with Cele these days? Putin, what position does Cele play? What position is Cele playing in this game? Ngoba mina understand ukuthi uyapi ufunani la akhona. Us, do. How siyamazi ukos. Sadly, Rona, who don't use DSTV, I watch on channel 2. Ow, bongs, crady login mo. How are we so easy to go through the middle of the park? It's again, look. Oh, Tito in the 6. I think the issue is very simple. We're still doing that thing where you've changed players, but your style is still the same. So everybody's pushed up and they're waiting for the ball. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players essentially waiting for the ball. One break, and Mtetwa has to face that by himself. You know, I've got my phone on one side and my TV on the other. Okay, Hawks. We're going to celebrate CAF Confederations with you. Guys, I didn't denounce anything. I'm just saying. Ngisemsebenzini. Pass it. 10 Ikotaro, God's power. And we make it so hard for ourselves to score. Guys. Ay, man. Villa is hungry, says Soweto Gent. Frostler is going to cause problems on the right, always late. But it's nothing new. That's why I say it's what we've seen before. It's nothing new. That same highway, young Alega right, is still going to be there because we're still asking him to push up. It was a little bit better when they were still playing the back three. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing. As long as McCarthy can stay put, and I don't know if he can stay put, eh? Vilakazi should always start for Chiefs. I've noticed teams in the PSL use 10s on wings. Do we have a shortage of natural wingers? Do we have natural wingers in the league? Because our wingers are 10s. Our wingers are scorers. It's the lazy way teams are not creating the spaces in the middle to have your players play in the middle. So they push everybody out wide and they try and overload the left and right back. That's how they play it. Okay, can I ask you, Titus, when last did you see a Titus cross? Is Titus a wing or a forward? I can't go FIFA about left forward, right forward. Is Titus a wing or a forward? And is it just that's what we've got in the league? Go first. Goal is coming now. What I like today is that we have numbers in the box. Numbers in the box doesn't mean anything if you can't get the ball there. That's my problem. I don't know about what she's led. Oh, Mashia is saying hi to the boys. Ghana is home. See, they gain confidence on Fundo. Lingenile. Toyota. Hi, David. Gvara can stay wherever he was before. He mustn't come in now. There's trends. Oh. Name is Putin. Umisa uvelepai. Umisa pi uvelepai. Saved there by Peterson. Oh, same right-hand channel. Same Miguel falling asleep. Just run between Miguel and the other centre back and you'll be fine. That's all you need to do. Miguel and the other centre back, just find the space there. You will always get the ball. You'll change the players and still have the same problems. Bro, I don't know how you're going to do this, but those zeros... Oh, hey, sorry. Okay, I'll change it. I'll find a different font. Can we have the conversation about Chiefs? That I still believe Chiefs is not a bad team, but hey, whatever we're doing is making the players look so bad. All of the energy of Bumfundo, but there's no structure as to why you are running in a certain place. Look at the goal that Pirates just scored now. Pirates scores a goal where Tito plays the ball out to the wing. The wing plays it back to Apolis, who's making a run just to the side of the box. He cuts in, he crosses. Keeper gets his hand onto the ball, but Moremi's there to finish. That's a structured thing. How many times have we seen Fundo now on the right-hand side alone, trapped in a corner, right? And then he has to find some weird pass. But for some reason, there's 6 players in the attack. And then when you hit the counter-attack, they win the ball back, then they have to go back because there's nobody to support. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. Chiefs is a good team. It needs somebody who can manage them because the current system is not working. They just need a plan, man. Again, I just feel like we give too much credit to the players that they can just play. Guys, most of the best teams in the world don't just play off of vibes. Cut back, cut it back, cut it back. Oh, Mdu. Offside, damn it. Place up all, Mdu. At the same time, Pirates gets a shot that is deflected by the Polokwane City defenders. Look at Pirates. The problem with Chiefs, no team just plays strict systems. Yeah, Sentabo. You need systems. You need systems that end with things. If you leave it up to players, they're not going to get the desired outcome. Anyway, corner to Pirates. Can they get something from a set piece here? Their second corner of the game? No, cleared. That's another thing. We really don't practice set pieces, eh? There's no style of play, no philosophy. Mina, even forget about the big English words like philosophy and style of play. I know I'm going to explain it, but forget about those things. You need to tell these players that when you've got the ball here, I expect somebody to be there. Even if you do this 7 times in a row, just keep going. You see this cutback that happened here with Ugudaro pushing the defense backwards with Duba coming up with him. I need Chiefs to do that 3 more times. So where Mfundo is right now, Shabalala should already be waiting for the cutback. Do you get me? We'll cry the day Pirates scores a goal. Every time Chiefs we hear no style of play, can we know the style? Sobona Pambili, that's the style. It's called Sobona Pambili football. Magvelimbobo shooter boy. Asaz Gutizo Velanjani, but that's all you're gonna do. It's a matter of comprehension, guys. Even on semi-pro, we're giving manuals of what the coach wants. Look, my contention is this. Gone are the days where Chiefs had the type of players that you could leave to make their own decisions. Gone are the days when football is like that. So a lot of the older guys speak about how their football, the coaches would just trust them and say, listen, I know you guys know the game. Go and do the job that you need to go do. You only have a couple of coaches that still have that type of philosophy. Your Carlo Ancelottis have said that they're going to do that, right? One of the days when you have a Mashamaite, a Nengomasha, who can make things up on their own, and you can trust that they have an understanding of the game. The modern game has turned players into stupid players. And I don't mean stupid as in like stupid in the derogatory word, but there's no footballing common sense. So what happens is that if you leave them to their own devices, they're not good enough to solve the problems. So that's why very strict things come in. Pep ball is a strict system. Pep ball is Pep telling De Bruyne, go here. Haaland, make a run here. Foden, I want you here. Doku, you can dribble up to this point, but you can't go past this point. You have to turn and do this. When the ball is here, you have to be there. That's the coaching that you expect, especially at a team like Chiefs. Like, you have to coach Kare, not a team like Chiefs, PSL. You have to coach Karabato Batom. And it's not even that Batom. You went now, Peterson. The chameleon was the system. Always use that example. The chameleon was the system. You could tell who was doing what and what was the trigger for this and what was the trigger for that. That's just football now. What do you expect from Chiefs? Instead of preparing for the games, they're busy with the Goomba challenge. There's been a story playing well and not scoring. Putin. Minanyalo. You guys speak about the chances you create. You speak about the chances Chiefs create, but you don't speak about the save that Peterson had to make there from a player that's facing him alone inside the box. We never speak about those things. If we're going to be fair, you always make it seem like Chiefs was playing this great football all around. But the truth is that the other team also has chances. Let's be honest. Please, can we be honest? If players can't comprehend, it's a problem. Well, Sentabo, I forgot who was speaking. There was a quote I saw that there's a lot of coaches, but there's not enough teachers. There's a lot of coaches, but not enough teachers. We don't have enough teachers in the game. And again, I think we give these guys credit, but Pep has to be a great teacher of his system. You know, all the great coaches, Klopp spoke about how he had to teach the guys the game, his rock and roll, how to defend with pace. He had to figure out ways to get to his players. Watch the interview that Klopp did on Diary of a CEO. And you see how hard it is to be a coach, and you still have to be teaching all the time. We don't have teachers. You know, so oftentimes we tell people that they should be coaches. Like the people who say, I must go coach. I'm not a teacher. I don't have the patience. Could never coach. Anyway, yep, there's no freelancers. It's super strict. You train the way you play robotic. Oh, I'm not even watching the match. I don't have the strength. I rate this is going to be like a 0-0, eh? The Monare story of when he understood why he was doing what he was doing. Exactly, Zuva. Exactly. You go and play France and you're chasing shadows. But those players that you're chasing shadows on have all been drilled since they were little. You go there, you go there. Lo magati when we are so. When amauti, lo ya so. That's why it's so easy to analyze the international game. Right? That, oh, okay, these are the levers. Yes, Pirates 1-0. I'm saying Chiefs. We're watching both of them. If you don't win this one, these coaches should go angek. Ufakaban. Now I've said before that the one thing that I want is for Chiefs to sit for 8 months. But they've already interviewed a coach. Yeah, I'm not going to speak about that, but they've already interviewed a coach. Here comes Siwelele again. Oh, reminds me of how Rulani will tell you where to move and what. Exactly. The team must come and tell us. I know who it is. I'm just not breaking the news guy. I'm not going to do that. Akira Pasera was part of, wasn't he part of Gavin Hunt's team, Nabo Arendse, at some point when he retired? Or did he retire the beginning of this season? Unlike him, I'm not going to say. I can't say. Okay, let me say this. CJ, no. No. Do you think Chiefs needs a professional director of football? I need the league. The league needs directors of football. Siwelele, sis. What was that, man? Kimaraman. The amount of times you have to hold your tongue to not reveal secrets. You'd never work for SIU. Why am I working for SIU? I'm not getting paid. You want to make my life hell because I said something. Guys. I'm paid to love football. I'm not paid to break secrets and do all of that stuff. That's a game I don't want to play. He's a good coach. He's an okay coach. He's an okay coach. There's another thing that I want to tell you. A clue I want to give you, Mara. I would give it away. Okay, let me put it like this. you don't need a director of football per se, but you need to know what football you want to play. And once you know what football you want to play, that is what dictates who you get to come in. So the genesis of all of this mustn't come from a technical director or director of football. The director of football must be an organ of the football that you want to play. So if you want to play tiki-taka football, you choosing tiki-taka will tell you exactly who you need to hire. And you need to orientate the whole club towards that. So there's no bad style of play, right? There's no bad setup. But is your club completely oriented towards going towards that direction that you are talking about, right? So, maufuni tiki-taka, your whole club must be tiki-taka. From development all the way up, that will dictate your players, the players you sign, they'll dictate your coaches that you sign, they'll dictate your director of football, they'll dictate your academy head, that will dictate everything about your club. Everything. But if you look at the club right now, okay, what football has Kaizer Junior showed you that he wants to play? Number one. Nabi, is he playing the football? Was he playing the football as the same as the academy? No, he wasn't. You look at the players. Do you see a discernible pattern as to what you want? No, it isn't. Look at Pirates. The development, Joseph Makanya apparently go Pele Pele now. So Pele Pele, DDC and first team play a similar type of football. You can tell what players would sign for Pirates. I'm Luke, the former cheaper coach. Guys, stop doing this. I'm not going to say yes or no anymore because Nina, you're trying to narrow it down. That's the thing, Kaya. Okay, you've watched Chiefs for how long now? Let's say the past 2 seasons. What is the football? What is the style? The only thing I can say is not a style, but I can tell you an idea of what they're doing. OT, you're not on an NDA. Nathan Dukenda, so there's an episode coming out for the 3-man press tomorrow. Episode coming out at 3-man press tomorrow. We didn't put it out today because obviously clash with matches. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. there's an episode of 3-man press coming out where we speak about this. Myself, Lindo, and Football with Kalefang. We speak about the exact thing that we're going to speak about. The downside of sharing information is far scarier than the upside that you'd get from sharing information. I'll put it like that. Under Mazinho, did you see how he wanted to play? For sure. Helicopter football. Wide, cross it in. Tasman, Frosler. Find the cross on the wing into your striker. Immaculately placed, immaculate running, immaculate everything. That's the style. You could tell. You knew what to do or what they were going to do. You knew who that signed. Penene! Mr. Ref! Is it a penalty or a free kick? It's a free kick. Guess who's on the bench? Hey, Mara. Hey, my man. Hey. Michelle. My man. Oh, what a ball. Chance there from Polokwane City. Header just goes wide. Yeah, near miss Polokwane. He got the ball there, got the ball. Oh, okay. Oh, yo. Simple football. I always say football ain't difficult, but Chiefs make it super difficult. Sometimes you try and do things that are not right where you are. Simplify the game. So please wait for my Michelle. Here comes Pirates on the attack on the wing. Look, and you know what's funny? There's patterns. Pirates also commits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. If you can counter on Pirates, you can score because they only have 2 center backs usually. For example, there's these weird patterns. The PSL. The buyer says that's a penalty. I thought it was. You see, what is Cele's position? What does Cele do well? And not hearsay, not what we want or what we feel he should be doing. What does he do well? You're never gonna get VAR, Tsepai. You're never gonna get VAR. You're never gonna get VAR. Peterson has been the captain. Peterson has been the captain. It's just that he was on the bench. But he is the captain. Pirates with a chance. Pirates with a chance. Shot! Oh, Tito takes a shot. It goes just wide. Here comes Siwelele with a throw in the Chiefs game. Aikele is lost today. Hey, even Lovu can do better. I mean, I don't know what Kele's role is meant to be. I'm still there, me. I don't know what he's meant to be. Is he meant to be picking up the ball? Is he meant to be fetching the ball? When we say he's a 6, is he a transitional 6? Is he somebody that's playing the balls? First responder? Because for me, I think Mteto's taking all those roles and everybody else is running around. Frosla. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players, the Chiefs in the box. No one's in position. And then you guys are going to say, hey, we're playing well, we create chances. Hey, we create chances. How do you rate Tito technically? I think Tito's good. But he's a particular type of 10. I think Tito is not the main guy 10. He's a really good player, but he's not the main guy 10. So where the ball should be running to... Oh, chain. Chain. Hey. Tito is angry, Vandaag. Tito is better than... Danga man. Yo. Let's be honest, Chiefs players, there's no creativity. No one runs off the ball. Local men, like I said, to run off the ball, you have to know where you're running to. Have you seen an off-the-shoulder run? Just by the way. Have you seen a decoy run? Have you seen a plan? Or is it just sonke siyakichima and sizobona? Siyakichima sonke. You know, even in youth football, they used to tell us, near post, far post, P spot, D. Generally, that's where people need to stop. Oh, corner by Pirates. Corner comes out. Ubanukos comes out, doesn't quite get there. Not Ukos. Goalkeeper comes out, doesn't quite get there. Nduli gets a chance with a header. Just wide. The commentators are talking about zonal marking. That is complicated too much. Guys, I feel like we just need to go back to simple football. This complicated football is killing us. Well, meant to be a transitional 6, but so far he hasn't found a suitable place. I'm behind on which one? I'm behind on the Pirates game because I'm streaming that one. It was a natural talent with Mbule, ball intelligence. This is why most coaches should learn from Rulani on how to be creative. What are these guys training during the week? Says Putin. Did they score? Did they score, Fistos? Pirates? Oh. Hey, Mara, Fistos. Ufistos. Hey, bara. Hey, hamba Fistos, man. Bullets technically gifted. He solves small and big spaces and unlocks the midfield congestion. Has he? I think Tula, guys. I think Tula. I think Tula. I think Tula. I don't want to fight. I don't feel like fighting. I feel like some players, there's a lot of players. There's an idea of what we want them to do. There's an idea. There's an idea of what we want them to do. Or they've shown glimpses of the thing and we sort of give them the credit. But when you watch the actual play, and it's not to say they're good or bad. Please. Not to say they're good or bad. Oh, shot! Just over. Our police on the other side. Chiefs just over. Our police on the left-hand side here. Don't put Chiefs on scoring and say. No, Sentabo. You see, this is where people are gonna fight. You know what? Let me not fight tonight. I don't wanna fight tonight. I don't wanna fight tonight. But there's players. I'll move it away from the guys who are on the pitch. There's players who are heroes. Who are heroes. And then you go, heroes, yeah, guys. But it's in tool. Here comes Siwelele on the attack. Ow. Hugo Bruce watching his national team players. No fighting, just fixing. Just fixing South African football. My problem with Chiefs is that at Chiefs it seems like you're allowed to be a poor player. Very good point, Saya. Very good point. It's not about poor player. At Chiefs, you're allowed to get away with a lot. You're allowed to get away with a lot. Even basic schoolboy things at Chiefs. And the coaches are allowed to get away with giving us this every week. That's what I think. There's an accountability there that is lacking coach Chiefs, that is a little bit scary. Because we're essentially watching the same thing every week, are we not? There hasn't been a change in Kaizer Chiefs really in their play in the past 3-4 years. Pass says I miss Solomon's this game. Even Hugo Bruce is watching Pirates. He's watching his players, guys. We know where he stands on Chiefs, guys. Look, now Mtetwa's making a forward run. This is why I say, what are the rules? Mtetwa's making a forward run. Mtetwa was the furthest forward player, but he's our 6. How? Cedric K is onto the pitch, my guy. Why are you getting onto the pitch? What's going on, Chief? Hey, get a crown in thought. Ay Zippo. Zippo, practicano koramakol, practicani. But why not play Frostler left back and Munyane right back? Guys, sometimes football doesn't make sense. If we're having these conversations, why are these conversations not happening in the club? Look, who's going where now? Who's going where now? Who's going where now? Seven players inside the box. No movement. So why isn't Bruce at the Chiefs game? But we want to play to go to AFC unless you've got FNP, unless you've got a season pass. Chiefs is like ANC, no accountability is skeleton. This translator is losing it. Oh, Umuntu just got on it. Why? Imagine walking onto the pitch. Nah, agna discipline. Nah, Jacques, not disciplined. Why are you walking onto the pitch? In a 0-0 game versus Siwelele in the 42nd minute, you're walking onto the pitch. Guys. Ruson's piece. Shabalala is talented but doesn't understand football. Yeah, but to be fair, when is he meant to understand football? When? He's one of the youngsters that are unfortunate to be having to carry a big team on their shoulders. These guys need seniors while they learn their craft, or else they're going to learn and be crooked the whole time. That's the problem here. I said in a video of mine, one of my videos, I was speaking about Chiefs, and I said, I don't think there's bad people at Chiefs. I don't think Shabalala doesn't want to do better for Chiefs, but he's doing the best that he can from the understanding that he has individually in his head. There's nobody who's saying, don't do that. So, that's the best he has. Currently for him, that's the best thing he can do. You need somebody who can look at him and say, Antoine, shayibheka kanje. Vuleli pola so. Ungathi. But he's the guy. Unfortunately. Abomfukeng can look to Abohoto. Abomfukeng, they could look to Abolocho, and Abolocho is still there. They can look to Abombula, Abotito. They can look to a bunch of people on this pitch that take the responsibility that they don't need to take. But our youngsters are the guys. Do was trending the other day. Anyway, halftime. Oh, coach, what I can ground long. Oh, what I shapana, coach. Okay, let's see the rest of this Pirates game. What the Ahly team le. It feels like we're waiting for a magic moment. I feel like that's the problem here. We're waiting for a magic moment. How's it now? A magic moment where something is just going to happen. Nothing happens like that, guys. There's nothing in the world that happens like that. Nothing. Anyway, so it's a gent, my brother. Welcome. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you now. Hey, something
yeah.
went.
Today. Anyway, first off, how do you feel about it?
Sengibona no coach sekafuna ukuzidlalela lona le ball. Uyabona ukuthi hey, abocela abafuna ukudlala man. Angazi ukhala ngani lapha esiswini kodwa it's like inkinga. It's in the middle field.
Yeah.
Inasio man. Sichange into eziningi namhlanje kodwa inasa simchanganga. I understand but because ukhona uMcCarthy. Why bangaintroduce uShinga? Uyabo? Bafaka uMcCarthy kunika lapha ku left center back. Yabo? Ba-introduce uShinga maybe. Hey, because I understand why bayisu uMcCarthy le ku left back and then basichubeka ngo-Inash. Ucishe wasidlisa phela if it wasn't for Peterson lapha making that crucial save.
Yeah.
Bizwa kahle.
Mara uShinga akekho, to be fair, uShinga akekho. To be fair.
Bashilo bathi is close to fitness njani kodwa akekho nasebhenchini asazi ukuthi
bakhona nabo Cross nabo Munyane.
Yeah, okay, uCross ke yabo uCross. Now Munyane asazi ukuthi uhlaleleni ngaphandle. Hey, uForster man ama-cross wakhe lawo awasisi ndawo serious. Kodwa yeah, change into eziningi but still there's no structure. Like kuyadlalwa nje. Siyaya sipusha ibhola final touch iyahlula. I think uShabalala if he had passed the ball lapha because I think he was looking down ubheka ibhola ufuna ukulikhahlela. Kodwa uDuba was there, yabo.
Yeah.
And both the defenders and the keeper were very going to try to block the shot. So he was supposed to lay it for Uduba. Uduba liqedelele kamnandi nje. So yeah, that was a blunder. But I think second half so when the bomb squad, I think bazobuyisa bo Lilepo futhi nabo Mayo. So Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, for time. Hey, Sinje. Showstopper.
Yeah, Mr. OT. Listen, I think we need
Chain with the safe.
look, but
Yeah.
I think now we see the importance of Ngcobo, Zabo Modi, and stuff. To regulate the play and to determine the play. I think Ucele is good when you're playing at 2 6s than having the static six and then having him to become a box to box midfield. I think he plays very well with Undlov. Both of them as sixes and half six, half eight, half six, half eight. Uduba is yabonakala ukuthi the boy hasn't played. He's a bit rusty. Chabalala had luck. There's nothing that boy could have done with that shot. Nice shot, nice save. Well met save. So yeah, man. As for Miguel, I think everyone knows Miguel is a right centre back, and now he's playing on the left channel. Which the reason why he's there is because Guinica was way exposed when they put him there.
Yeah.
So it just shows it's not an easy thing to have a right-footed player playing on the left-hand side of the pitch. He does get exposed in terms of the way he runs and trying to cover. So I agree with those that are saying that we should have put McCarthy there. And now the thing is this: Quinica has been on form. Do you bench him? Do you trust the partnership of Miguel? I mean, with Quinica and McCarthy, do you think Quinica is the leader that's going to show the boy where to be, how to be, as Miguel did? I don't think so. This is the same Quinica that costed Chiefs heavily the previous times with how these back passes and stuff like that while he was playing with Udov. So we have to take that into consideration as well, that you need a senior leader on that back line. And I think Miguel is there for that particular reason. I agree, Reeves should have been on the left and probably Monyane on the right as well.
But can I ask, are we being unfair to Quinica? Because on the same token, Miguel was part of the team that conceded the most goals in our PSL era history. And he made plenty of mistakes.
I don't remember Miguel giving the opponent the ball to score as much as Quinica did.
I remember him being out of position all the time for all the goals.
Is another thing. To take the ball and give it to your opponent and say score is something that I will never forget. Being positioned, outplayed, outsmarted, someone comes behind you, you don't see them. That's the nature of the game. But to take the ball and
Marasinja for 29 goals.
And take here, score goal is what Kunika and Dove were doing.
Okay. Now it feels like you're trying to go from worst to bad. From worst to bad.
I'm saying that I think at the same time you need some sort of seniority at that back, and I think that's why Miguel is there. Other than that, Igodaro, I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I hope to see more from him. Mdu,
okay.
Maybe he also should have been rested, but I also understand to get him match fit for Saturday as well for the African returning match is something that we need as well. Other than that, Amakosi, hey, yeah, Mr. OT.
For time. Let me figure this Sundowns.
OT, how are you?
No, I'm okay. What do you see from this game? From the games, which one are you watching?
Hey, both. You know, I'm watching like you, ngapa na ngapa.
Yeah.
So what I will say first, starting with Chiefs. The striker Ikodaro is a very good striker, but you cannot a striker of his type needs supply. Otherwise, he's going to be a defensive striker, whereby he keeps on waiting to mark the ball and there is no energy going forward, given again lack of match fitness. And then Umdu, I think there is a lot of pressure on Umdu. If someone can come to him and say, forget about the World Cup, forget about the AFCON, let's start here. That will be so much better. It will be so much better. It will do him much more good than the damage, because every touch that he makes, it's like he's overwhelmed with decisions. That's where you will see the player like missing the opportunities that we are speaking about. So it's just there. But as for the defense, they need to make a decision between Umakathy and Umiguel. Who has to play there? Sometimes a captain can still be a captain on the bench. I support Real Madrid. Madrid, when you are a captain, you can still be a captain on the bench. Like Abu Marcelo, they will sit on the bench. Sometimes we'll have a hal. Like, it's not a problem, Baba. We need a person who will be able to perform. So coming to Pirates, it's back to square one OT, whereby they watch Umasanganye, he does 1-2 good things, and then suddenly he's on fire. Pirates is still struggling. And it's struggling with identity in the middle of the park. If the reason why I was saying I prefer Umbule than this guy, it's because of Mbule. He's okay getting in between two players and turning with the ball and creating a chance. And Mbule, the nice thing about him, he does not want to get to the end of the chances. You watch ice hockey, the hockey assist. Mbule, most of the time, he's good with the hockey assists. Whereas Utito, for him to express himself, he will usually take the ball, go to a deserted place, take it away from the pressure, places. Else he will make the late runs, and that's when now they will clap hands for him. So for now, it's a bit of a step backwards, especially going to the weekend where they need to score more than 4 goals. So these things, they need to be watched very well. Otherwise, the momentum is good with Pirates. I think, again, Pirates here is playing with mentality. They are most of the time, recently, they've been superior to Polokwane City. So this is what is giving them that. But the moment Polokwane will really do something, I foresee problems. I don't want to lie.
Okay. For time, I want to ask you something, but for time, I want to bring in Agent. Agent, my brother, welcome.
Shalom, my brother.
Hey, Kana is shalom. You're not in today. Out of office.
But, I even chose my struggle well. I decided to watch Chiefs, not Pirates. So that I took the chances of my meeting being successful is guaranteed that side. Where do we start, Mr. Oti? Was the Chiefs game entertaining? Yes. Did they get chances? Yes. Did they score? No. Are Chiefs gonna first talk about the chances created? Yes. Are they gonna ignore the clear-cut chances created by the Celtic team? Yes. It's a similar script that we have seen all too often, and for me, that's my frustration. And I think, sometimes when I make this point, when I say Chiefs plays like high school kids, in high school when we played football, it was entertaining, it was nice, but at the end of the day, you look, it's like, which team won here? You don't even know which team won, because you're just playing for fun, and this is always the vibe that I get. From Chiefs, they're exciting to watch. It's not boring it's not passes and passes as someone would say, but to link that with that is, one thing that makes Sundowns maybe boring is repetitive action.
Yes.
Same action over and over and over and over again. That it might be boring to the eye, but that is very important, because you have a methodology of scoring. Now when it's finder like this, it's a hit and miss. You are not going to create the same chance twice in a game, or even twice,
or the same quality of chance.
So I think that's the problem that I see. But on the bright side, I think I love Umthetwa. Umthetwa is reminding me of the old Six of Chiefs, Tinashe, Nangoma, Jesu, Katsandes, people that will just win the ball and just pass it to the person, and I love that about him. And Vilakazi is Vilakazi. There's nothing much I can say about it. I love the boy. And then also, it's just nice to see a 4-4-2. I don't know about you, but there's
at times. Then it becomes a 7-1-2 at times.
And the last point, okay. And then Uzihu reminds me of Onkata. He knows how to get into the right spaces, but he'll miss.
Yeah.
You know, if he doesn't miss, he's offside. You know, he's always busy. You know, and I think if Chiefs are struggling to continue Uzihu, they're gonna struggle more with Saile. And that's my
Hey.
worry about Chiefs. You know, and the last point, Mr. OT, and this is a question to you: who is the captain of Chiefs?
Peterson.
Peterson.
Peterson
Not
is the
Quinika.
Peterson is the head captain. Then I believe it's Peterson, Quinika, Miguel. But they had said Miguel because I don't think they thought the other two would go and play. But the hierarchy is Peterson number one.
Because when I check, I don't know if maybe this is a relay or they keep changing each other.
Yeah.
Because today I'm surprised Peterson, but Quinika is on the pitch. But when I checked the previous lineups, Quinika was the captain. Some other lineups, Quinika and Peterson are on the pitch, but Miguel is the captain. So I don't know if that is a sign of lack of leadership, which we saw with Untari leave, not wanting to come in, but you're not there.
Let me go to Soweto Jet just for the last bit here, guys. Guys, I need to tap, but 2 matches happening.
Also,
But the screen is not being tapped.
Oti,
Yeah.
Oti, you forgot to stop your watch there.
Oh, I'll stop it. Hey, guys, I was listening to some of the things. I'll stop it. Thank you. Soweto Jet changes prediction.
The thing is, Modi is not in. You know, the space Duba. Duba, man. I would say Sirino, and then push Shabalala Jalile go left wing, yabo. And
Yeah.
then I think that's the only change for me. And then
Okay.
score 2-0. 2-0
2-0 to
Kaizer
who?
Chiefs.
Okay. Let me go to Sinja's not here. Sentabo changes prediction.
For Chiefs OT, I will say Serino as well for a further and more advanced playmaking. And then take Shabalala, take out Duba, take Shabalala, put him on the right. And hey, don't do too many changes because I'm afraid Siwelele on the counters. I've seen them, they are dangerous. I saw them against Pirates. They are quite the danger. And then on the Pirates side for now, they are still okay. They just need to calm down a little bit, to be more composed. Let me put it that way. Because I saw Mahopa as well. He's missing touches here and there. And otherwise, later on, maybe around 75th minute, introduce a new wing, you know, so that Muremi as well can be rested. Because I saw him over longer periods, he starts making more mistakes and fans, they get on his back.
Okay. Agent changes prediction.
Yeah, for me, obviously, I think let's change the system. Let's go back to what we're used to. We'll try the 4-14 as much as it's nice. We'll try it another time. You know, bring in Sereno, bring in what is the boy's name? Lilepo, you know, and then you know, when I told people that Marta is shining, just that someone is stealing his shine, you know, pretty boy privileges, as Kuzo would say, I was attacked, but take out Tele, bring in Omaboe, and I think you guys can fire from then, you know, and maybe later on take out Igadaro because you're not putting in crosses and put in Mayo. I think those are 3 changes that I would made. And then take out Ozihu and bring in Osaile, you know, and Chiefs is a very exciting team, and I love the way they're playing, and 2-0 to Siwelele. Thank you.
Agent, you're the worst. That was agent. I don't know, Chiefs is such a great team. Siwelele. Guys, Lana. Guys, I may be behind on the Pirates game. I am streaming that game. Look, let me give you my thoughts before I let everybody else in. For me, it's the same old. It's lucky packet football, man. It's lucky packet football. It's football where it looks great. It looks fun. It looks enjoyable. It looks like they're doing things. But when you whittle it down, the first half ends with 3 shots from Chiefs, 1 on target. 3 shots from Siwelele, 2 on target, right? even just from, let's just take that stat at face value. For all of the running that Kaizer Chiefs has been doing and all of the stuff nobody's scoring. So that's why when we speak about players, sometimes I ask you that these players that Espakonzile, what are they doing and adding actually? I love Umfundo. Umfundo gives you energy, gives you some control. He's on an island. He gets fouled, he loses the ball like that. What has he given you? And again, I'm not judging the player and how good they are. What has he given you? Abu Shabalala, they're running, they're doing all the stuff. At the end of the day, you turn around and you say, what have you gotten from this game, from these players running around? Then at some points, you see Tetwa is now a striker for some reason. And then you see somebody else is now defending. And you're like, but guys, is this helping? Frostler is in the box, knowing good and well that if there's a counter, Miguel is a bit slow. Nazo, over. Miguel is a bit slow. Right? So that's why I need to, at times, as exciting as the game looks, you have to speak about the actual things that are happening in the game. Chiefs doesn't have final third play. Chiefs doesn't have final third play. Everybody's going to come in and tell me about chances. Guys, point blank save from Peterson. Has Chiefs made that type of chance? Or maybe you can count them 2-1, but has Chiefs made that type of chance where you go, it was a point blank save from the keeper, they did something. So that's why I need to, sometimes guys, when you watch these games, it's like, I know we love our teams and all of that. It's the same with Pirates. We're having the conversation now on Osentaba about Mbule. You are telling me about these characteristics about a player. But then when you look at the actual output of the player, you're like, that's not what he does. We want it so badly, but when you actually whittled it, you're like, no, the player doesn't do that. You know? So that's why some of these is just, guys. For me, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, hey, coaching, man, like PSL, coaching. I wish somebody could go to Kaizer Chiefs just for a week and say, for the next 3 games, no, I'm not sneak dissing anyone. I'm not sneak dissing anyone. Euphoria, I'm not sneak dissing anyone. I'm just straight up saying that some of the things that we put on players' heads are not what the players are doing. You get what I mean? Like, I could say that Ndu's a super dangerous player. I'll use that as an example. He's a super dangerous player. But when you watch the game and you look at what's happening, there isn't really danger. There's action, right? And I think sometimes we let our players get away with this. We let our players get away with this. Where we say, no, he does this. Ntwana mina ngamfaka lona, ngamenza so, mina ngayenza so. But then when you actually watch them over a couple of games, you're like, wait a second. That's not what is happening. And again, it's not to say whether this is a good or bad player. That's not the point I'm making here. The point I'm making here is speaking about our actual expectations from some of these players. Maybe that's also what's killing us. No, put on Ndu. Okay, to do what? Put on Cirino. To do what? What has Cirino given you up to this point where you can confidently say, I'm calling on Cirino to change? Which is why I was saying to Usinje that it doesn't feel like, it feels like we're making it sound like some of these things are going from better to best, or from best to better. But actually, we're just going from worst to bad. Because some of the guys were calling on Abu Modi and those guys. What have they given us up to this point? What actually can you say has been given to you by those players where you go, yes, I see why I'm calling for this guy when he comes in. If not just the hope that something's going to happen. But anyway, hey, I'm even putting the thing on. Andile, welcome. How are you?
Good, OT. How are you?
I'm good. What are you seeing? Which game are you watching? How do you feel?
I was shifting between Chiefs and Pirates, but I see the focus is on Chiefs since we know your allegiance. So,
who, me? The Pirates have just started, guys. What must I say about Pirates?
No, but it's fine. Yeah, Mr. OT, I think definitely agree with what you've been saying. Like, and there's two things that I can separate South African football fans in two categories, right? The one category is the category who are like emotional. They view the game from, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that. We're all emotional about the sport because the emotion is a big part of it. But they lean towards reasoning using emotion. So I like Mbule. I like his style. I like the way he does things. But I can't tell you what he brings to the team in terms of the key aspects of what's required to get the team to win, right? I also like Mbule. Mbule is a brilliant player, but he can add certain elements to his game. Like for example, I'll use an example, the PSG and the Umtondon game that played recently where PSG won 7-2. Vitinha scores from outside of the box. Vitinha is a deep lying 6'8" midfielder, but he's able to get it on the D line and put the ball in the back of the net when the opportunity arises. And that's what we need to see more of Abombule as well. Yeah, but moving on to Chiefs, first thing, my biggest thing, Vilakazi is not a winger. Vilakazi is a number 8. I don't know if anyone has realized this. Vilakazi is a number 8. If one reason I say this, one, he does not have the speed, not the speed. Let me not say speed. The acceleration to play as an 8, to play as a winger cutting in. Doesn't have the acceleration, but he has the vision. He's a player that looks up and he has the vision. For me, he's an 8. If he can work on playing in tight spaces, he can definitely have a great career as an 8, and potentially for the national team. For me, I think that's one thing I'm seeing from Vilakazi.
Do you think that he can? Do you think that he could reach that potential at Chiefs? Do you think that the youngsters at Chiefs, particularly, are carrying too much right now for them to develop even further?
I just think Chiefs management are not hiring the right people. They have the resources, they have the finances. They're just not hiring the right people. To be quite honest, it's like our government basically, right? Like you've got everything, but you're just squandering resources because you're not getting the right people in the right positions. You're not finding the right teammates you're not planning for the future for these players. Like you just, because Chiefs makes money. Chiefs makes a lot of money from supporters, guys. If you guys don't know, Chiefs makes a lot of revenue from your guys' passionate support. So they don't feel the need to flip and win leagues. They don't. It's not in their identity. Like at this point, Jabo, they're just buying. Look, you look at now. They got like 4 or 5 strikers. Like half of them are not even that good. Like they hired someone from England. The guy is not even playing. He's fit. He's fully fit. That shows you their scouting is so bad. Like they picked a guy who's playing in Indonesia. The guy playing 3rd division in England. Like we don't even know him, and he's here. He's on the payroll, but he's not even playing. Which means they have money and they're just wasting it because no one is actually paying attention to what they need to pay attention. There's no vision, there's no mission. They're making money every year regardless. So I think that's why they're not incentivized to become a better club. For whatever reason is happening internally. But Chiefs has been around for so long. The legacy is there. It's like ANC. I mean, Chiefs just reminds me of ANC in a weird way. Honestly. Honestly, Chiefs and ANC, they must start something together. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, let me not say anything. What time? I want to jump in for time. Let me bring in Litamo. Litamo, what are you seeing? Tell me how you feeling. Oh, Litamo.
Yeah, sorry man.
No stress.
Yeah, no, I was actually watching the. Thanks for the opportunity, by the way. I was actually watching the Paris game. I just switched to the Chiefs one quickly to have a look, and then I just saw them do chance now. Why are you guys playing the ball on the ground? Why are you guys trying to Why don't you guys just don't play haram football once? Play this long balls. Play with wingers, just cross the balls, play 1 too long, because all these things, God, they're not working out. What do you think?
No, I've fought Chiefs fans enough for tonight. I once said something similar and I got killed. Let me not say anything.
I honestly feel like it'll be simpler for the guys to understand. It seems like the concepts are maybe above them and the technical team, you know.
Yeah.
I think you must leave those things to Bo Patela or Rulani and that group, and they're the only ones in South Africa who understand this thing, you know. But anyway, let me just get back to I was actually watching the Pirates game, and I'm watching Pirates and I'm thinking, they're playing so well, they're creating chances, but they're giving so much away, and it's not necessarily clear-cut chances, but it's the amount of times Polokwane City can get into their final third. And I'm thinking that, hey, over the weekend, it might be trouble, hey? Because I think Polokwane City have had about 4 or 5 chances, and I think none on target. And I remember Coach Mangova speaking about needing 4 or 5 chances in the PSL, and in the Champions League, maybe they only need 2 or 3,
Yep.
And I foresee that we may see, a lot of goals on the weekend. And secondly, Pirates are still failing to build up from the back. I don't know why they play this long ball after it's like the goalkeeper lays the ball on the ground, the center back plays the other center back the ball, and then it's kicked long. I'm trying to understand like what's going on there. Maybe other Pirates fans, maybe who attend the games more regularly at Orlando, maybe they see something different. They can help us. Because I'm worried and I don't understand. I also don't understand why isn't Bata on the bench?
They're
Because clearly he's
saving
gonna
him.
start. He's gonna start. I mean, he's gonna start over the weekend. That's obvious. But why is he on the bench? And
Now,
is
there's,
a
there's
good
an
idea to
important
rest
game on the
players
weekend.
for? All right, but is it worth it resting the players?
No,
Is
I
it
don't
important
believe so.
resting them?
I don't believe so.
Exactly. I also think play them. You win 2 or 3 against Polokwane City and gain some confidence. Everybody's behind you. There's hype. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Food for thought, I guess. Thanks.
Okay. No, thank you, Litabo. Let me go to Umtandeni. Umtandeni, welcome. Which game are you watching? What do you have to say?
IoT and the panel, man. As a done, I'm watching Pirate. I don't know to talk about Tabolam too. When it rained, it pours, bruh. I always stress this thing out, to say, for Chiefs, when you're hiring a coach, it's very critical that you understand the philosophy, because philosophy is the key in everything that you're gonna be applying on the field of play.
Yep.
So it is very much critical to let it known by supporters. Let me just give an example. When Rivero came to Pirate, sorry, I'm going to use Pirate on this. When Rivero came to Pirate, we're playing it Makar football, but Rivero introduced Tiki Taka. Then it was easy for us supporters and management to see what kind of players do we need to purchase or we need to sign. And then it goes back to Chiefs. When Chiefs signed Midendorp, Chiefs knew Midendorp playing with wing, and then it crosses helicopter football.
That's
Then
why we
the
got
kind of players
Nurkovic.
you bought Nukovic. You understand? Then you had wingers, you had Dabo Zuma with the speedy guys and everything. That is why Changas had it difficult, because the tiki-taka guy, he couldn't match the team that was there at that moment. So the problem is that the philosophy by the coaches is not clear for the boys. I will tell you this. It's not clear. And for the team to perform the way they're supposed to, it won't be easy, because the philosophy, the team doesn't understand what is our culture. Today we're playing tiki-taka. Tomorrow we're playing with wing plays. After that we're playing street football, diagonal balls. It's just difficult for players to understand. If you can stick to one thing, like I can tell you, Rulani used to lose a match. On Sundowns are not a problem, because they're playing their normal football. So with Chiefs, I think the kind of coaches they bring, they don't have the philosophy to tell the management, say, this is our coach, this is how I play the system. If I play 4-4-2, this is how I want my team to build from the back. Our wingers are playing like this and that. We play with a 10 or not. Now they introduce a 10 in this match. Next match, there's no 10. They introduce 2 strikers. After that, there's no 2 strikers. They're playing 4-3. So it deleted Makar from coaching.
Can I ask you, though, Mthandeni, should the philosophy come from the coach or should it come from the team?
The philosophy should come from the coach, so that management and the supporters can be able to identify the weakness points. Right now, Mchetwa plays good. Tomorrow, Mchetwa doesn't play good because the philosophy has changed. But if the philosophy is there, and you know that you have a Mchetwa that's gonna play the 6 in every match, then stick to it, so that everyone will see to say Sirom is not performing well. Right now, it's difficult to single out a player that doesn't perform well because every time, now and again, if the philosophy suits what you call it, Solomons, we're gonna play Solomons at right back. The day the philosophy doesn't suit Solomons, we change Solomon, we're putting him on Yane. You understand? So stick to your philosophy. If you're playing tiki-taka, lose 3 games, it's fine. It's fine. Lose 3 games, then we can see it's okay. There is something that you are building. But if it's not there, it's very much difficult to identify. Coming back to Pirates game,
The only thing the only thing I'll disagree with you on, for me, I think the team must first decide what type of team they are, because that will also inform the coach that they get. I think the coach should be an extension of what the team wants to do, because if you leave it up to the coach only, that means that man abo coach bazozana ma philosophy by 100. But if you have a philosophy, you can change 100 coaches, but you know why you're bringing a coach in. So it will all be tiki-taka coaches.
Then it's easy for you to identify, to say, listen, this is how we're playing in our team. Can you match the standard? Or can you? Because I can tell you, bro, the talent is there, but the player development is not there. Looking back, it's when Maluleka joined Chiefs, you guys had Letsolenyane, you had Letsolenyane, you had the Buchanan, and you had the Katsande back then. Look, guys, Maluleka, when he came, he was below par in terms of standard with Letsolenyane. But the player development, Maluleka developed to become a best player that the Chiefs had after Letsolenyane's departure. That tells you to say there was a development done on a player to say this is how we're playing. This is what you should know. Now you're a Chiefs player. But with Abu Shabalala and everyone, these guys knows football. The problem is player development is not there. Because you can be a complete player, but you need development. You need to be told, like, I don't know, you need to be told to say, if you're a winger, you take 1, 2, 3 steps, you cross. If the coach tells you that, if you do that in a match and it results to a goal, because the coach knows why he's saying that, you need to believe in him. Not to say you know football, you believe in him. If he says, you run 1, 2, 3, you play diagonal ball, striker play revert pass, a D-line, we place the ball to a net. You play like that. When you do that, you're gonna get the lineup. Then it's easy for us to identify. You say, "Oh, this is how we are playing." So you anticipate as a supporter when you're watching a match. You say, Shabalala, cross that ball, because you know that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But at this moment, a player, we don't know if he had to cross, because you bring Ikodaro, you have Vutuba, you have Vutu, please. The height of these strikers is not the same. Today, Ikodaro is not there. Who you gonna start?
Yeah. Okay.
So it needs development from that point of view.
For time, I'm gonna just give you a second to tell me just quickly about the Pirates game, what you're seeing.
About Pirate, come back to Pirate. Pirate players, supporters need to understand one thing. Look at the types of wingers we have. I think there was a guy before me that said he doesn't understand. You can't beat from the back. We have a Moremi that has speed. We have a Napolis. We have a Mahopa. Definitely, that tells you need to play a long ball so that you can break the lines at the back. You cannot play a tiki-taka with Abu Moremi because he's not that kind of a winger. It goes back to your stat, what you were saying. I wanna agree with you there. It doesn't help you if you have a player that is good with football, but doesn't assist or score. I still feel, but I stand with my ground. Tito is far better for me than Mbule, because he can score, he can create. On this match alone, had Morem scored that goal, it was going to be an assist. Had Tito scored that goal, those 2 chances, it was going to be 2 goals. For me, that tells you positiveness. I don't need him to dribble, I don't need to do anything. But can you have a vision of goal? Can you have a vision of assist? If you can have that, then for me you could. But again, I think Mbule maybe Mhlambe Giants are like Umchita Ukraine. But for me, I always say I don't watch it with feelings. I watch football with pure heart. So yeah, thanks, man.
Okay. No, thank you. Guys, we're going to keep it rolling still. But I just want to give a score update. 66 minutes, Chiefs game 0-0. Pirates and Polokwane City. Pirates are still leading 1-0. Polokwane City has found a little bit of joy at times to catch... Oh, Nkosiam. Why am I getting flashbacks of the Saile goal? Why am I getting flashbacks of the Saile goal? Hey, I'm very useless. Hey, I'm not useless. Selfish. Offside. Okay, sorry, Bongs.
Yeah, but OT.
Wanang Bongs. Welcome.
Hi, OT. What can I say? Same Kaizer Chiefs. Same story at Kaizer Chiefs. Nothing ever changes about that team. Nothing ever changes. Agent told it. We are going to be creating chances and not taking our chances. We get into the box, we pass the ball. We go to the wing when we're supposed to cross the ball. We are cutting inside. When we are supposed to be cutting inside, give out. They are crossing the ball. So Kaizer Chiefs is doing everything the same. Otarenga Kaizer Chiefs, because when you look at it, OT Kaizer Chiefs, they don't train in training. These guys. I saw their video during the week. Bali busy got the Gumba challenge. Instead of preparing for this game, Kavale serious unto ya Gumba. They were serious there at Naturen. Who would we cycle? Instead of preparing for the game, but what do they want to play? But now Kaizer Chiefs Ilona, try, but nothing is happening. So now get everywhere. We've changed players over and over and over. The fans got what they wanted by Grelebo Vilakazi, and nothing is happening.
Marabounce, doesn't it go back again to that thing?
Nothing is happening.
It doesn't go back to that thing. Again, there's players on the bench and players outside that we're calling on as though they're going to do something. But the truth is that they haven't done something. Not that they can't do something, but up to this point, they haven't done something. But it's almost like Renali hope, man. It's like hope, man. Open hope.
I've always said this thing. We are not coaches. We are fans. We don't have those licenses to our coach. So what do we know what the coach wants? Bona, you like to complain about Modi all the time. But Modi almost plays 80 or 90% of the games like Kaizer Chiefs. And why? Because coach Oteba beti go feta nna. I'm just a guy sitting at home or buying a ticket to come watch Kaizer Chiefs play. My duty is not to coach. My duty is to support, because I chose Kaizer Chiefs as a team and I support. Instead of telling a coach, hey, Kinyamang. But there are times where we have to say, no, coach, you've tried everything. Let's see what else you can do. But now, still nothing is happening. Still the same song we sing every day. Chiefs being the same team. Elam Tutu FC, who does Goomba during training sessions instead of training.
Hey, Fox, I'm gonna jump in. Look, I don't necessarily like speaking about coaches and stuff like that, but my whole thing is we judge you by your results, man, and we judge you by what we see every week. There was a point where Kaizer Chiefs was doing a little bit better. It seemed like they had a little bit more structure, and they looked good. Nkosiami. Oh, hi, Danko. Hey, Frostla was back. Oh, Nkosiam, thank you. So I judge you by results, man, and I judge you by what we're seeing from the team. You know, the biggest credit you could give to some of those other coaches is that they learned as they went along and they changed when they needed to change. I think Chiefs just does the same thing with different players. It's just the same type of setup. Right now, we've got 3 players who've ran onto the pitch, and what you're going to see is that they're all going to run into the box and try and look for something and do exactly the same things that the others have been doing. So That's my gripe is that, man. My gripe is that. My gripe is, guys, for coaching. Like, can you tell the players what to do? Can we see what's happening from the pitch? Can we see that you trained for something? Can you see that, okay, this is the move you achieved, or these are the 3-4 moves? Can we see some composure? Can we see some planned runs? Fine, push 7 people forward, but can you organize them to know where to run and where to go should they want chances? And it's not just Chiefs, it's a lot of the teams in the league. It just feels like everybody's just doing whatever they want to do. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a serious enough thing. This thing out, you need to get better, you need to position, you need to play. It's just, hey guys, look, it's Wednesday, now we na loser, gyafana. It's fine as long as you're not going for the relegation. And even when you go for relegation, somebody's gonna buy a status and come back. So I guess fine, guys. Anyway, let me go to Kami. Kami, welcome to the show. How are you?
Ay, walang tutu sa... Ay.
Yazakalani.
Walang tutu. Ay. Sawuthwa ngisatha theke phela.
Ubonang Kami.
Ngibona nix, ngibona the opportunity di teng, shota final touch phela, kopile.
Yeah.
Final touch, a gana striker, ay. A gana motho re finishetsang di bolo, nix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jwale re lokisa jwang taba eo ka bane ke ba Ekotaro ba teng, bo Morris ba fitile teng, bo ke mang bo Tuprizi ba fitile teng, everyone who fitile teng, di striker. Ke di striker tseo ka fela, that's the problem.
Ay, nagsa itile. Nagsa ito motho lo ile Chiefs a sa tsela motho ile ile. Abomtaung ba patela, ba mpatele ngake ba ikolotang vele. Ngake ba ikolotang ba ipatele bomtaung.
Yeah.
Ay.
Ha go tlaloka.
Ay, ning. Go tlaloka ning. Ay. Chiefs personal stress.
Jwale go ya pele o etsang, ga ona coach o isa kae? O kenya mang o lata mang o ka itshintshang maybe o ka izama.
Wa bona khusha ke batlo le we kena. I will see what will happen.
Okay.
Whatever decision they make. Okay.
For time ke tlokela. Let me bring in Saya. Saya, welcome to the show. Hey guys. Go botlhoko guys. Let me see if I can just help you there, Saya. Okay, we'll see if we can get Saya on. Let me go to Stereophonic.
Hey, Georgie.
How are you feeling, my brother? What are you seeing here?
In the comments, I prophesied. I say this game will end in a draw.
Yeah.
But I wanna rewind things back.
Okay.
When we were going on that undefeated streak.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you will remember, at the end of the game, I keep saying, let's take this W and move on.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this is because we're going to have games like this where we're going to keep asking, we're going to complain about the same thing. But when we win, the economy is doing wonderfully. And this game is just an example. It's just an example. And now, there's too many questions that even as fans, we don't really have the answers to. We don't know if it's a coaching situation or is it just the players. We don't know. But I'm not gonna go there.
But can I ask you, in the games we were winning earlier in the season, didn't it look different and feel different, and maybe they were a little bit more mature?
Not really. And the reason why I say not really.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 seasons, we've been stat fillers, and in some cases, you find that the chances that were there. It has been the roll of the dice. So now, because they've gone in, so moments when it has not gone in, and then we still have the same defensive errors that we make, and then
Okay.
we concede and we lose. Now we come back and we actually create excuses.
Yeah.
And then when things go well, we don't necessarily see or Mara Grand Chapo improvement there, because honestly, we've been seeing pretty much the same things we've been seeing over the past 18 months or so. So yeah, I can say that if during the time when the economy was doing wonderfully, we've been ignoring certain things that have been there. But once there's an L, ejo nete ya tswa. And it's a hamnate jwang.
Yeah.
So
Is
I
there
feel
hope? Is there hope? Can it change? Does it come down to a coach, the new coach coming in? What changes here?
it comes down to some eggs nyana. Some eggs nyana. That's all I can say, because even that Dupree mess from Saturday sums up our time as fans of Kaizer Chiefs. It's
Yeah.
like we go, we promise. When there's an open net, so I nagari some eggs and some chemical engineering, because that's why now we keep asking ourselves, is that okay? Is it a coaching problem? We bring a coach. Now we're like, okay, maybe it's the players. We bring some players now. It's a vicious cycle. It's similar to the Mtetwa cycle, where he gets the ball, he loses it. He gets it back, he gives it to another opponent, and it's that vicious cycle that we're going through. Hey, yeah.
Okay, no, for time, I want to jump in. 78 minutes still 0-0 in the Chiefs Siwelele game. Pirates has had some chances on their side where they just haven't been able to get the ball over the line. Our police and a couple of the guys may be guilty of taking extra touches before doing something. I think it's an arrogance. I think it's thinking that you are not where you are. And I say this a lot, where I say I think Chiefs still believes that they're 2 or 3 moves away from being Sundowns. Right. And it almost makes it seem like they've got hope that there'll be a magical player. I always say this, there'll be a magical player or a magical coach that's going to come in and magic the situation without necessarily having to change much. The reason why we're seeing people not working out, we're seeing people not fit into the team, is that you're building on top of the same foundations. And by the time you've made all the requisite changes, those players have now caught the bug and the culture. I was thinking about Lilepo in this game. I was there live when Lilepo made his debut. I think it was the game versus Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought to myself, what a player. Like, he was doing things on that pitch. His awareness, he was able to pass. If you go back to that game, he looked like a great player. Oh, Kosiami. Someone then, he runs it out. He looked like a great player. Now, I'm having deja vu because I'm thinking the same thing about Ighodaro. Ighodaro looks like an incredible player. He looks like he's a little bit ahead of the Chiefs players. But my PTSD is telling me that Ighodaro is going to go the route of Abulilepo. He's going to go the route of Abu Sirino. He's going to go the route of a bunch of the other players that have arrived. They looked good for the first 2 or 3 games, and then they just disappeared. And it's almost like they looked good because they were still coming with that mentality of the team that they came from. And it's almost like they get to Chiefs and they go, oh, guys, there's no pressure. There's no thing to win. There's no ask from the fans. The fans are making a noise, but does it really matter to me? So it's just, Arrogance, guys. Arrogance. Sometimes you need to know. Barry, when you're going through those 10-step programs, Barry, you need to acknowledge that you've got a problem and you are a problem and you are in a problem before you can do anything else. I think Chiefs hasn't acknowledged that we're in a problem. I think. That's my thing. Besides cursed and all of that stuff, that's my thing. You know, Sundowns, to be Sundowns, they had to admit that they had a problem. And when they gave it to Pitso, they admitted that there was a problem and they were tied down to go all in on the game, all in on the structure, all in on the coach, all in on the philosophy. Chiefs here have clutch. This one is saying that one is saying that one is doing this. This player, you can tell, was brought in by someone. That player was brought in by somebody else. Kio Mayo, it looks like he's injured now. He just came on. Hey guys, man. Welcome, Cherry. How are you? Cherry, are you with me? Okay, we'll come back to Jerry. We'll see if we can get Jerry back. Eric mute. Oh, Mayo gone. Gone injured. He just came on. Is he done? Okay. As it continues. Bongs!
Eta.
Oti,
How are you, my
I'm
brother?
listening to you here.
Good.
I'm still not okay. I'll never be okay because of Kaizer Chiefs.
Why?
Why now, OT, what's going on? These players, there's a problem at Kaizer Chiefs. Player ya fitla 2-3 games uguti, then after Hasal ugutu or fade away. Look at Lilepo. Lilepo hana fitla. He looked like someone who was going to be a star, but
Yeah.
no, he turns out to be someone fairly average because of the plaster company later on. And
Yeah.
then OT, you ask me why Kere they're doing all these challenges and what? You can blame Kemiso for trying to show us fans. So what are the players doing during training? Training, they are fooling around. They are doing tomfoolery things. They are not training. They are not preparing for games. This is why right now we are playing like this. We can't even score a goal. It's not because Harukhonu score a goal. We have good players at Kaizer Chiefs, but now they are not training at Kaizer Chiefs. From the videos tse re di bontshwang ke motho a tshwereng social media ya bona, which is Kemiso. So Kemiso a re bontsha tsona ntho tsena kaofela what's going on. Ra di bona. Look, I'm not lying to you right now. During the week, vilakazi ke ena na le ka ga sekela ntse that Gumba challenge thing that I'm talking about. So Kaizer Chiefs are we bone bapala so. It's because they are not training. They are not preparing for matches. So what do you expect as a fan who Chiefs ebapale some good football? It won't play good football because it's tomfoolery man in a children. They are
Yeah.
not training.
Could you say that about the league, the whole league
So
as well?
what should be done? I can't say anything about the league. Some teams, I don't know what they are doing because now I'm focusing on my team.
Yeah.
And when my team is doing bad, I'll have to say it. They are doing bad. When they are doing good, they'll get my respect from them that, hey, this guy is doing good. But now, yes, are bad. No, you are doing bad. What you are doing is not good. Gumba challenge instead of training and preparing for a team like Siwelele. Now Rebito Bolam Tutu because we are not training, we are just having fun at Kaizer Chiefs. So everyone wants to stand for Kaizer Chiefs because they know who know. It's a place of where we can have fun. Nobody can tell us what to do. Look at us now. Look at us now. We
Yeah.
are not winning anything. We just went 9 years and some couple of seconds before we reached our first trophy. And some couple of minutes before we create our trophy. We almost didn't even win that trophy.
Got
We
10 to 10
almost didn't win
years.
that trophy and it was going to be a 10-year drought. We were just 15 minutes before 10 years to get to 10 years. But now, look at us now. We are back to square one.
Yeah.
Football started training.
Yeah.
But if they don't train and start doing some tomfoolery things, then you'll get these results. Nako Ritoti, I expect more draws and losses from Kaizer Chiefs. A draw for Kaizer Chiefs will be a whole win for the whole nation. Because Baba Tokabana and our players don't even care.
Lepo! Ah, sis. Hey, no bongs. Let me jump in for time. Can I just say, before I let Mr. Tola in, can I just say, guys, Cirino striking. Cirino is striking. Doesn't that tell you everything? What did I say? What did I say? I said, you're bringing on Cirino. Cirino, we want him to be a 10. People keep saying he's a 10, he's a good connector, he's a what. He's striking. We've seen 2 chances now, 2 passages now, where Chiefs players got in the ball. There's no options to pass. There's no options. They lose the ball. And then, anyway, Mr. Tola, welcome. How are you?
Hey, Oti, I'm just so glad that I'm not the only one who was noticing Uti. When players come to Kaizer Chiefs, in fact, I can even include Coach Nabi.
Yes, he had the run. Yes.
Yeah, he followed the same pattern that you just described. At first, everything looks good. Then 2, 3, 4 games down the line, you're like, wait a minute. What happened today? You understand?
Yeah.
Serious. So I thought I was the only one. So when you described that pattern and then you showed, I'm like, oh, okay. At least even other people are noticing this pattern. Wait a minute. I can even go as recent as Monyane.
Yeah.
As recent, you're like, okay, Kaizer Chiefs defense is going somewhere. Okay. I mean, protect the back, score 1 goal, collect 3 points. You understand? How? All of a sudden, now there's a hole there. Like 3 games. Oh, okay. Now what's going on? Like, I thought I was the only one who's noticing this thing about Kaizer Chiefs. Serious. In fact, you can even say when Nabi was out, the caretaker coaches, like 1 game, 2 games, okay. Then Nabi is out.
Actually.
Yeah. Then 2, 3 games, like, okay, right, now we can go because those caretaker coaches were doing well. Okay, right, now here's the chance again. Boo. We're like, serious. Like, just watch, man. Just watch. And you're right to say, maybe they've got that oomph, especially Abo Monyane, Abo Cirino. Hey, man. And this thing, as you're saying it when Oti, even from the 3 strikers, it's Sundowns. I think Sundowns once had under Pitso, they had Billiard, they had
Dolly, Dolly,
and all that. Chiefs bought that front 3.
Yes, CBD.
That front 3, yeah, CBD. That front 3 came to Kaizer Chiefs. Nothing. You understand? In fact, I'm not sure if I can go back. I'm thinking, man. OT, this petty. I thought I was the only one who's noticing it. But no, man. Nah, something needs to be investigated. As we're talking, there was this other guy the one who played for Chiefs, then he went to Supersport. He played long there at Supersport. He said Kaizer Chiefs facility is it one of the best or the best? I'm not sure. And yeah, I think I remember he played for Chiefs, then he went to Supersport, man. This guy, he's on some podcast now. He said Kaizer Chiefs, when it comes to start training, they are one of the best. Then something is just sticking in my mind. Expensive weapons don't make good soldiers. Serious.
Popular soft life, Barry. What's that saying? Hard times create soft men. Weak men create hard time. Weak men create hard. Yes. Okay, yeah. So it's too soft there.
Yeah, expensive weapons don't make good soldiers. Because imagine if you're a soldier and your job is just to press a button and a blast off a bomb somewhere.
Yeah.
You understand? Now when it says, okay, now no button, now go there and fight. You say, but I only know how to press a button. You understand? So I think somewhere, man, his achievement, somewhere they lost the plot.
Eish.
Yeah, one.
Can it be fixed? How would you fix it?
Hey, the thing is, that's the thing about e-culture when I OT. It takes time to change. Yeah, one. Chiefs will have to. Obviously, it has to start with someone who's got a vision, and I don't want to believe Guti, the Motaung family doesn't have a good vision. Yeah, Kaizer Chiefs. You can't run that institution and then we say no, you don't have a vision. No, but if you look at what happened to Pirate, Pirate got a couple of good coaches who sort of they got like Jose. He gave them he gave us a foundation. He gave us a foundation and he gave us a direction. And again, he gave us a style of play. He gave us the identity. Because the Chiefs, they've lost even that. Is style of football that we are going to play. Are we attacking with Ngama winger? Are we keeping the ball? Are we attacking from the midfield? Are we combining the two? What are we? What
Okay.
So in terms of direction and I think each of them is available for my players to guys. Sizobona kwenzekile. So you need and the thing about the culture is that it needs to be drilled every day so that is okungena because ungakhola ukuthi le ntwana already sezifunctiona ngementality yokuthi zingamaluza and it's not true. It's not
Mara, for time I'm gonna jump in. I think I have to make one of these days we're gonna speak culture. And changes of culture. As guys, when you watch these interviews from these coaches, and when you watch these interviews from these coaches, please watch that Klopp interview, for example. Like, there's so many nuggets of things because for me, I feel like culture, you don't change the culture gradually, but there has to be a place where you cut it. So there has to be a place where you come to a place and it's different. When Liverpool was bringing in about Klopp, they changed everything. In one foul goal, they said, "Hey guys, say change, say change." But anyway, guys, there's 1 minute left of the Chiefs game. They're still looking for a score there. Siwelele seems to be sitting back a bit. It might create a half chance or two for Chiefs here. Pirates is about to head into the 90, the extra time. Well, the referee's time, still 1-0. Polokwane City has ran a little bit out of steam there. So let me go to Zanezipo. Zanezipo, welcome. How are you? Zanezipo Mobiles.
How's it, OT?
I feel empty, but it's okay. I'm hollow.
Okay, good evening, guys. Good evening,
What do you see?
lovers. Hey, course.
Yeah.
I was last listening to you. I just started watching the game now because we had no power in our area. But I was like listening to your live, and there's this thing that you said before that you wish somebody can go to the village and talk to these guys. And you are the one of those people that I wish maybe Abo Bobi Nama players, they follow you, they listen to you. You have a platform to convey the message from us as supporters, you know, because I don't see Putin there is a coaching in this team, you know, because we've been changing coaches, but the way the badlala ngayo abadlali bethu, it's like we're having the same coach who is doing the same thing engekho futhi right, uyabona. That's why ngize ngithi maybe the abantu abacoachayo yibo abo Kaizer Junior nabo Bobby lapha since o coach bethu bafaka ama earpiece lapha, maybe bona bathatha the message from management, you
Yeah.
know. Hey, I don't know, because you talked about umfundo vilakazi. Umfundo uma elapha na ku national under 20, he's another player, but my Chiefs awuboni ukuthi wenzani, you know. I don't know, maybe it's about time ukuthi bathathe the development coach. I think it was Vela Kumalo. Yeah, maybe Abe assistant to the senior team, because I think he's one of those people who knows the culture of the team, and most of the players are coming from development. Our development is doing very well. So I believe if Mabengamtata bem promote to be an assistant, and they must get us a coach, you know, who's going to coach the team.
Okay.
Sine team analyst lapha, you know, but asuboni umehluko. I don't know whether they analyze the games, they plan the games. Games abazowadlala, it doesn't look like what kuthini baya plan ukuthi how are we going to play, how are we going to create goal scoring opportunities, how are we going to score goals, because at the moment it looks like they are stuck. They don't know how to score goals. They don't know how are they going to score goals, you know, because look at Kali season. The only game that we scored 2, I think, is the game against was it Stellenbosch?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, first game of the season. That's when we managed to score goals, and I cannot count that game because still is that's us. I don't know whether they were playing with 10 men toward the end of the game.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult, and
Okay.
I'm a player's way to. I was just watching the last 15 minutes. They are not fit. Only Leponje, they can't play 90 minutes. So it's everything is upside down 80 minutes, and I wish they knew about these other our neighbors uthini basihleka kanjani, you know.
for time,
yeah man. I wish they can. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
just for time, ngoba isesicedile. I just have to jump in, hey guys. Hey, we're let me bring in CJ. CJ, it ends 0-0.
Listen, I don't know which game. Maybe I'm you know, sometimes maybe it's also our fault. There's Mr. Uti out on a Friday night to kid fuck is clipper yakho uzitshela ukuthi namhlanje ngizabangena. Understand? Yeah, but the reality is that you lie lokishini, you know, also demand about penalties. Yeah, I understand. Reality is that you must also understand you lie lokishini.
Awunasentini mona.
Amaphethi yaselokishini awafana wasekhonka Mr. Uti. Sometimes you have to come to that reality. Good, you have to come to reality. Come down, you know. I think Chiefs needs to truly understand the caliber of players they have, you know.
Okay.
And try and make life simple for them. The boys tried, you know, we cannot falter for that. They tried. We can't say we were watching a Chiefs that was not trying. But we can agree that the execution is very, very appalling. But the boys are trying, you know. I see people are complaining. There were beautiful passes that Umfundo, splitting passes that he made, and we couldn't finish them. You know how many times did Chabalala not finish? How many times did even Igataro was given a chance and he didn't execute it? So we can't be blaming Abumfundo and say these boys are not talented or these boys are not quality. They are trying. It's the end product that I feel for me needs to be looked at. You know, badlalile, badlalile boys. Otherwise, we are looking forward to Saturday. As I told you, Mr. Uti, Tina here now, we will see Bedi as Africa. We are no longer interested in our CDs or Zanele, balai PSL. No, Siwelele abo Zanele. Sifuna abo Chadzima. Miss Nigeria. That's where we are aiming here. Watch our Saturday, Mr. Oti. I told you this thing. We just want to stay in the top 8, up there, stay there, close to them. Otherwise, our aim is to get the Confederation Cup, something that we've never had before. PSL, we've won it 1,000 times. This thing, it doesn't excite us anymore, man. We want to eat jollof rice.
What a seizure. Here we go to agent.
Mr. Oti, let's.
Oh my gosh.
I think. Let me start. Let me be someone. I watched the last 15 minutes of Paris, so let me analyze it also. But I'm not there. I think, and I hope. Bovelile ba ska ba nkutlwa ka tsele tsa ga morakile ba nkutlwe pile ska nkutlwa ka tsele tsa ga morakile ka gore I think there's recklessness, there's aggression, and there's being a tough person. All those things are different, and I think they they should teach with a boy guys that he can be a tough guy without being reckless. I think that's an important trait, you know. I don't want to be cynical and say maybe it's a wrong encouragement to call him what he'll be, but I'm not there. I don't know how to call there, but he's bordering into recklessness of recent, you know, because I saw him conceding an unnecessary yellow card in the center of the cycle. He just left his defensive position, went all the way and tackled someone and roughed someone beyond the center cycle in his own half, you know. And it's something which has been a daily occurrence, you know. So you see, and sometimes this is where we have to be careful with how we raise these young players. Abu Tugu is saying that was a response. The player just kicked a Paris player.
Didn't respond.
You don't respond. Is that not the same response that happened against Zimbabwe? And we say he was what was the word? He was provoked. We have to teach these youngsters. We have to show them these things, that be careful of this kind of things, you know. And I think this is a friendly advice to the boy, but we're not there. Yeah, man. And I have to say to Paris fans and Paris coach that the coach is winning games that ordinarily Paris would lose. And if they continue this way, they have a chance of winning the league, you know. I saw them complaining that he's defending and putting CBC in. This guy is very, very intelligent. He's gonna pick points that are going to be important in the long run, you know. But yeah, and on the Chiefs game, I don't know what is new that I can say. I think I've already said everything, you know.
The fact that I have to make a video about that thing.
Yeah, I think that's all I can say. But then decision making of Siwelele fans, typical PSL decision making, typical decision making from the coach. If you're one man down, don't you guys practice these scenarios? Because it didn't make a difference whether Chiefs was one man down. you know. So I don't know if they have scenario tests, scenario practices, so that was a bit disappointing that in as much as they were doing this kind of thing, Chiefs was one man down, they couldn't capitalize. In fact, Chiefs looked the one more dangerous to score. I think that's the only blemish. But yeah, man, I'm happy. It was an exciting game. I loved the game. I enjoyed it. I was not sleepy. But yeah, I don't know if that doesn't matter. Thank you.
Okay. Letamo, what did you think of the game?
No. I think they were great games. But you can't expect Siama to coach for scenarios. This guy's coaching for his rent, man. You have to understand this, man. He's coaching for school fees and keeping his job. Let's not be harsh on these coaches, man. Yeah, but anyway, look.
But it must be harsh. No, I'm against that. You must be harsh on all the coaches. The less you are harsh, the worse our football becomes, right, guys?
Okay, to be fair, when you look at the squad he has, and if you think about the Paris game they played in Bloemfontein, you'd say he's done well. You say he's chosen to be tough. He's chosen to defend a bit, get a point. He didn't do it against Pirates. He conceded late, but was able to get a point today. And at the FNB Stadium, you could easily lose 1-0. We know how Chiefs is. They could play badly and just get a goal and get 3 points. So yeah, I think credit to the coach for getting a result for the team. Yeah. But yeah, I was watching the Pirates game, and I think the team is winning games which people say they would have lost last season, but I think it's also progression. They won some of these games last season compared to the first season Jose was there. They closed the gap to an extent last season, so we'd expect them to close the gap even further this season. But having said that, I think the coach's biggest downfall is not choosing a 11. I think he needs to choose and say, this is my starting 11 and I'm going with this team. And I think we'll see a better Pirates. And also, coaches don't need a long time to influence teams, be it at Chiefs, be it anywhere. Coach Mangoba showing us at Arrows. If you're watching Arrows and you enjoy watching Arrows, those guys play the same way. What he's done with PK, what he's done with Ndlovu there, it's amazing to see. You can see when a top coach is there, even to an extent, Gavin Hunt, at Durban City. He has a plan. Yeah, he has a plan and is influencing the team and getting results. So you can clearly see, But
is it about being honest? Is it about saying that I am Durban City, I am whichever other team? I can cry for all of the quality in the world. I can cry for all of those things, but I just have to now make do with what I have, and maybe angle yourself. You might not be a 10 out of 10 team, but you can take a team from a 7 to an 8, let's say, or a 6 to an 8 type of thing. Do you think that it's that awareness that Coach Mangoba and Coach Gavin Hunt give to these teams? And of course, the experience?
I think so, but it's also, I think, identifying what they're good at and what they understand when it comes to football. I think Coach Mangoba knows that, look, I understand the game. I understand how to get a team to be abafana best 10 again. That's my philosophy. And I know how to coach this thing. And I know that I can get 35 points and be safe in the league or whatever. And improve players at the same time. And Gavin Hunt also knows that, look, I can't play tiki-taka and what. I can play the ball, 4 passes, and you can get a goal. That is my style of play, and I think it's understanding what you want to do and getting support from your owners, and I think that's what's important. Yeah, but I'm really excited for the Champions League game. I think everybody is probably excited for that game. I think both the Soweto teams didn't show us enough today. They didn't, give us that feeling that they're gonna go and turn over their results, especially Pirates. But yeah, you never know. All the best. I think we need a team in the Champions League. We can't afford to have Pirates out of the Champions League. But I think it's also good that they'll push Sundowns as well. That will help. But we need them in the Champions League, to be honest. Especially for the national team going to the World Cup next year.
For time, let me bring in Tagababa. Tagababa, very welcome.
Bafo kunjani?
Ingenile 3 points yakho. Angifuni ukukhuluma ngeyami.
Hayi, ukhuluma kanjani ngeyakho ngoba ayikho nje vele sidalwa nje. usakhotshwa utoliki uzobuya phi kahle nibona udlala ngathi nina yazi naneni yini nihlekisa ngabantu ezweni niyavuma i-team enkulu impela ikhotshwa utoliki like really bese nithi khona ezwe engcono ezoyenzakala animeni wena ukudlala ngathi ezweni man sikhokhile abantu nabasuke labathenga amathikili bebubukela i-team ekhotshwa i-interpreter le interpreter le ngathi ile yayikhumula le yayitolika umngcabo kaMandela uJani uyatolika into engekho
yabona ke
Mkhumbulo uJaji lo wasibukisa ngeza tolokela ubhabi into engekho lapha e-FNB yonke isigameko sisenzakala e-FNB FNB kahle kahle is a crime scene
hey yasenza Chiefs yabona yasenza Chiefs hayi abofelile bakhuluma kanje hayi
Ndizoze niyikhumbule FNB le ndala le beyikhamisile hayi le khalabani ngoba hayi daye abantu kutsho ujaji wadumize lonke eSouth Africa madoda hayi lalela mafuthi
mara anything is possible nami ngavuka ngikhoje Chiefs akekho wazi nathi if bakhona ukungena nami maybe sizangena nathi
ayizima sawuthini anakho into engayisho abantu i-team yami yasemakubo musi so ndizothini anamateam anjalo amathameni nenzela ama-team ngizophatha khona la umuntu ungenza into ayithandayo kubo makadecide ukuthi kusasa nje uqasha ispeaker of parliament angasiqasha senze coach uphuma kuye
hey Pirates velile Pirates ay ngiyekele please
no man into ukuthi umfowethu agent ufake i-disclaimer kuqala before commenta ngePirate wathi ubukele the last 15 minutes if nami bengumbokazi ngidlala ibhola I would have done the same thing because at that time we could not take it anymore. The referee just ignores our file and now and then again when we touch our Polokwane City players the whistle is blown. We've got 4 yellow cards. First half Lord Kambalo was kicking our players. There was no Polokwane City player who got yellow card up until now 85 minutes that guy when he kicked Umbutu. We have been kicked since the first half even up until the 80th minute. So it's unfortunate umbokazi retaliate at that time nakhona futhi uyeke ifoul yethu sikachiwe lapha yana but the referee decided to ignore it but now umbokazi when they retaliate down now is a foul against us. Sometimes if a soccer player you are playing something kuyenzakala lokho you have tried to lose it but you cannot play each and every foul is against you when but your players that are being targeted now once they touch a player is a foul but you are being roughly tackled but the referee keep quiet. That's why even Baba Mthetho makazasha to refer namhlanje nginika 4 out of 10. There was nothing that was done by that ref. Yeah, I don't know mhlawumbe membership ePokotweni membership yenye team ePokotweni because it seems like an agenda nje namhlanje vele just to make sure that iPolokwane equalize. And then sometimes when we have to siziphindisela then we're being blamed and then sizokwayiswa ngehistory in future. Future ayibe kancane future besibhekile namhlanje because khona umbheki against thina nje groundini. I got it. But the internet engichaza ukuthi ushilo umfowethu wathi hayi ubukele last 15 minutes but the game has been like that. We've been tackled. Ukambala kube was supposed to get yellow card first half. Polokwane supposed to get at least 4 yellow card. But the referee ignored everything there. But when it's us now but kumele kubhizi shawing pempe. No. Uyabona ukuthi sibhekene nomsebenzi onzima la ngathi yonke into ingakithi ukwatele uzwile indaba zangale eFNB ufuna ukuziletha ngapha eOrlando. No. I guess refer abantu abangayit serious. There is a foul happened there a move like the same foul right now about kuthi that foul kamboka yenze azange ayijudge uyekelile but now the ball aliphumanga kwakumisa ibhola for ukubhalisa umuntu into ongayijudgeanga siposhana supposed to continue playing aliphumanga ibhola. We know if you have to give a person a yellow card we have to wait for a play to stop but ibhola lingaphumi. But suddenly just because now we've got this edge ukuthi ufuna ubona ngathi umdlalo uzophela ungakamnika umbokazi yellow card uyagijima uzumisa ne-game on like really no nabanye abo-referee akabathatha umsebenzi wabo serious man baku-PSL abantu bayabhadala abantu bagcina balo abakabathatha umsebenzi wabo serious kanti benza nje the week yiyo lento yokuqhasha ama-interpreter nawo namaphoyisa ukuthi abo-referee serious ngiyabonga bhuti
Mic drop. Yeah, man.
No,
Lilake market.
ngizokubingelela futhi but bese sikhulumile nge-rap during the day. But thank you. Mr. Uche, I was not going to request, but I thought Ricky Minye gave me a game yesterday. But I just want to also clarify, Mr. Uche, the referee was bad. And this comes from me.
Yeah.
Did you see my comment?
I
when
saw the
asked,
comment. Yeah.
what's wrong with the ref? I think I asked maybe 30 minutes before game Milo fail. Even when he books Pirates players, he was emotional. Give you a yellow card, it's fine. He gives a yellow card and he gives lectures to Tito. For a very long time, while he's writing, he's still in Tito's ear. Khona amafoul amaningi where you thinking, okay, it's Pirates ball, avela kombele. So that thing, it was a build-up, Mr. OT. Yes, one might say you are going to get that in Africa, but I think boy, 80 minutes, lengwenya le, ayihlabi lokhu yahlaba, ihlabe no, because even the Polokwane City players started picking up which the referee is not blowing for amafoul, and they started becoming extra hard because they could see what, we're getting away with it. If you see khona le yellow card etholwe captain Polokwane City, he had noticed which high into ezenzeka. Wangena full starts emntwaneni for nothing. Umbokazi vele wenze kahle. Ngizosho mina ngithi wenze kahle. Umele ukuthi igame so uthi noma kungathiwa wrong lento esiencourageayo. Umele uthi wazi igame leyo phela wathi ngiyambamba manje ngimshanga siqathula. Futhi bekumele mhlawumbe yenze boma kabelo dlamini play ngadlali every day because
that's what I was saying. At least send somebody else then.
No, sikhachiwe today, Mr. Uti, sikhachiwe. And for the referee to spot that, it was the Polokwane City defender even like escaped to cab. He jumped out of the way quick enough. But for the ref to spot that and still come back, Bolo is Uti, Ukambalu Hill pants. It's not even a head injury. Ukambalu Hill pants, not even a head injury. He then comes and says, it came Malime. I need to book someone. I know, man. The referee is a bit too emotional. I get it because players can say some stuff that can keep it like I'm sure you've heard Linda Maponas which a ref, but he missing a winner today. Baskainyo, ungawarzo kai salary yakho yonke. That thing can ukila bona. Disturb. I think something was said to him, and he was emotional throughout the entire game.
Okay. Mara, what are you guys abusing me today, agent?
No, I wanted to ask about the Cruz or something before he goes. So are we saying that there is this, and I'm not saying this in reference to Tomba guys, I know Paris fans are touched. But here's the thing, Mr. Oti. So when there's this kid, if he bullies other kids, no man, the problem is not him. The problem is he grew up with an absent father. When that kid steals, no man, the thing is, he's poor, man. It's not that he's a thief himself. When this kid, misses school, no, it's not that this kid is naughty, man. It's just that he was tired. You get the point, Mr. Tikuzo.
But you know what you sound like? Sound like you watched the last 15 minutes.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm questioning you guys because I know I have an agenda. And I'll remind you guys that let's stop encouraging this, especially as a captain. Like I was saying, if the referee was so bad, hey guys, the ECBC there who is a bench warmer, let him go and tackle him. We have to teach responsibility for these youngsters. Chiefs fans, not Chiefs, let me start with Mkhulisi. Sundowns fans, I want them against Pampari Mkhulisi. Now they're still pampering a date. Shabalala, I want the same thing. Let's let these players grow. And we have to make sure that they grow. But it's fine. I'll remind you of this analogy next time. It's fine.
No, man, agent, you're missing it. You're really missing it.
No, you guys are missing it.
You're really missing it. The Zimbabwe game, I don't think any Pirates fan or any South African fan really protected him per se.
They did.
Yeah, no.
They said it was provoked.
Hear me out. We all agree that he made a bad decision. Even Ronald Williams, he told him, go off the field. I don't think anyone has said you did well. We all said you need to grow from this. Everyone, like a gentle parenting. Everyone said Mbogazi, even Hugo Pro said Mbogazi, he will grow. He was emotional. No one said, no one justified it the way it's justifying a corner right now. Right now, we're not even saying which he will grow. We're saying, even a 35-year-old somebody would have done it because it was foul after foul after foul after foul to a point where Polokwane City players picked up, which the referee is not blowing against us, and they started going harder and harder and harder. You understand?
I think Malume Kuzo, hey guys, matter for time, guys. Hey, you guys, you're killing me. No, I think you're both correct, but I guess the question becomes, is Mbogazi at his age right now mature enough to make the distinction that you're making now? Or will it be a situation for him specifically where maybe, I'm not saying it will, but it could become a pattern? You know what I mean? Where, okay, I did it in the Bafana game, fine, people gentle parented me, whatever. Now I'm doing it in the Paris game, they're doing it. Maybe for somebody who's older, maybe you've had more experience, maybe you've played at the level longer, you might say, okay, this was a calculated thing. But for somebody who's been in the game at the top level for a year, should we be, specifically him, saying that Bogazi, these things, if that makes sense?
Wait. Silidlalile ne or silibukele. Asazi ukuthi vela ama defender asho ukuthi ungawari ngizombamba. Like even like the
No, I get it, but at the top level the consequences are different. So grounding, even if
okay, sorry.
no, but even if ngifake 50 rand, you know, ngifake 50 rand, spejile siyadlala, there's consequences, sure. But at this point of his career where he is right now, even when we're saying, it's time, there should be somebody who says to him, Twana, not you. It's in Imlande, mina ngizamlanda, I'll get our retribution, but when it can't always be you, because it might become a pattern at your age. Even if I agree 100% with you, the ref is like this, like that. Surely, we knew the cow kapai, and it'd be like, hey, nyaya. We knew who to Rabutla, Coach Cosmos would be the man that does it.
Like, guys, it's not even like that, but bengazi ukuthi ukatsande bekalanda aboqalinge nana ukuthi laba bayaphapha ngizobafaka isicathulo today. You don't know which abo Ramos nabo Pepe bafaka discipline, and in this case it's not even that bad. It was a thing imlume kancane. You understand?
No, but someone we knew, but in Real Madrid we knew who was looming, and we knew why. And we understood. Abo Pepe and Abo Ramos, they were at a different place in their careers.
No, man. And then Mbogazi, he's a small adult. Noma nimbona mncane kanje umdala la ngaphakathi njengoba ingwe.
Malume Kuzo.
Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Time.
What we are saying is, what was that name of that Burundian guy? Balakna Hayo, but we're not there. What we are saying is this: you are stealing sugar. You know what? It's just sugar. You are stealing 5 rand. You know what? It's 5 rand. What is 5 rand? You are stealing 10 rand until you do a cash heist, and then you start saying, "Hey, I didn't know it was like this." What I'm saying is, we have to protect the boy. You know, let not the boy get into this habit. You know, because if you are saying, and I think that the point that someone made, I think is Dot. He said, if they can see that you can get into his head, they'll get into his head. You know? What was stopping an attacker from doing the retribution? You know? But and that's
then
the
it's
point
a
that
red card.
And then it's a red card.
But
And
for
for this,
time, guys.
it's 5 seconds. And my point here is, he is the captain. We expect a certain standard from him. You know, it's not the cap. It's not
Mara guys, Kupata guys, leave it to. We'll have the discussion on another day. I need to go, guys. Guys, now I have to go do videos now. This is all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Ish, it was nice to not have the spotlight on Chiefs. I saw a comment now. Guys, can we not fall into the trap? Because somebody just said now at least chances were created. Can I tell you what the stats say? The stats say Kaizer Chiefs had 13 shots, 2 on target. Yeah? Siwelele had 5 shots, 2 on target, right? But my favorite stat, big chances created. Chiefs had 0. Siwelele had 1. Don't talk about half chances and the times we got into the box and the times we did this, because that thing doesn't count in football. The quality of the chances that we are creating is not good. It just looks good on TV. But the fact of the matter is that Peterson had a point blank save that he had to make. Point blank. As in, there was nobody around there. He's in the middle of 2 defenders. It's a tap in. They missed one. While we are talking about running around and, hey, we've entered the box 117 times, it means nothing. Nothing. Because this game ended 0-0, and we're going to coddle these boys, and we're going to coddle this team, and we're going to say at least you created chances, when the truth is that we did not play well. At all. So that's why I'm looking at this and I'm saying, we need to be honest. I've spoken about the honesty about the players. Some of our favorite players are not favorite playing the way that we make them sound. Some of the people we say will do something when they come onto the pitch, they'll do something, are not going to do that thing. To the point where, at some point now, we are crying out for Abomodi, Nabos Banbani, even though we know that they're not going to give you anything. I'm sorry to say, no disrespect to the players, but they're not going to give you anything. Cirino came onto the pitch today and he was striking at some point. Cirino, number 10. Yeah, best attacking midfielder, best what? He was striking today. Why? I don't know. We don't have a structure. We don't have a plan. We don't have a way to play. We don't know what we're going to do in the final third. We don't know. It's just run and hope that something happens. I said earlier, what did I say? This football that we are seeing from Chiefs is Sobona Pambili football. Sobona Pambili. Jaivani nina, masisifika lapha, maybe spaces zizovuleka, maybe something will happen. Asazi. Now, for me, it's not about the players anymore. For me, can I be honest with you? It's not about the players anymore. I know what I'm getting from the players. Not about the coaches anymore. Now it's about intention. I would expect that the practice yaksasa is a practice where somebody comes in and says, guys, skatele free form play. This is how we're going to create chances. We're going to run this move until. No more everybody's running all over the place. Gumnandi. Hey, what? We're gonna, tolik whoever. No kit manager. No, guys, we're gonna pass the ball here, and you're gonna, let's say cross. You're gonna go here, and cross. Even if you have to play 750 crosses, it's fine. Just do something that is going to happen over and over again. Over and over again. This thing of trusting the players to run by themselves and do all of these weird things, I'm sorry. I'm done with it. I'm done. I don't want high level tactics. I don't want high level training. I don't want high level ideas. I don't want inverting. I don't want what. Simple football. Simple. You know that football you do when you're coaching a bad team. Some of you guys have been on bad teams before. Coach Mangen Utin. Uday. Give the ball to Lorna gives the ball to Lawyer cross the ball. And Safood. And all of the teams, to Mofle's, most of the teams in the PSL, we're done. It's too much. It's higher grade. It's too higher grade. You cannot be trusted. You have been shown. Now you must be told exactly where to run, exactly what to do, exactly where to jigger, exactly where to play the ball, exactly where to run. None of this anymore. None of this anymore. Katele mean. When it comes to Pirates, a lot of chances. You know, the difference between the Champions League and the PSL is that if you slip up in the Champions League, teams score. If you slip up, if there's a gap, if you get it good enough, they score. Siwelele could have come back because also Pirates was very wasteful in their game. Very, very wasteful. They should have wrapped that game up 6-0. You cannot take liberties. And I think Pirates needs to learn not to take liberties. Polokwane, sorry, not to take liberties. If you need to score 6, score 6. That's all. That's it. It mustn't be fun. It mustn't be hey siyachiga, hey kumnandi seshama. No. If itimi lahlile, score 6, score 8, score 10, because that's going to be your practice for when you need the 1 or 2 chances. For when you're playing against a monster like Pyramids, who went band for band with Pirates and came out 3-2 winners. But to be fair, they won their random Wednesday game. They won it. They need to continue this way, at least in the league. What's going to happen Saturday? We'll see. We'll see Friday. We'll have the preview show on Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have to go record now. Bye, everyone. I've got too many of my own problems to be meaning about yours. I can't be wasting energy meaning here. I can't be. Okay, bye, everyone.